2 years ago, we were super hyped about this game. We tried it, we loved it, but it's been a long time. Now, it's in its final form.
Is this first boss battler from Awaken Realms really cool, or is it grim?
You're playing these hunters that are eating up some lament, getting corrupt enough to be strong enough to defeat the baddies.
You'll roll some dice and then use those dice to do different actions.
And with these actions, you can move around and shoot the baddies. There's some tricky powers that you can use, but basically that's it.
After everyone's done with their turns, you're gonna go through 5 different steps for the bad guys, which will spawn new bad guys, will move them around, do all kinds of crazy actions, essentially mess with you and try to kill you.
And then the most unique part of the game comes in, because while killing the baddies and moving around the map, you will be collecting lament. And now is the time when you use this lament to get new cards, which will give you actions, or forfeit those cards to get new dice. And dice are always good.
And what else is good about this game, we'll find out in the next section where we talk about 3 best things. My third best thing is going to be geography, because in this game, geography really matters. There are teleports that let you go from one place to another. There are special tiles in the game that let you do little mini quests during the game. So where you are at what moment really matters in this game.
When fighting against different monsters, the map will look completely differently, and each of these tiles will have their own special powers. For example, this forest, let me see, helps you heal. For me, it's simple. Solo and co-op modes for this game are both really brilliant. First of all, in solo game, there is this dummy player that you will need to control, but it's really simple to run it, and it helps you make the same combos that you would be able to do in a co-op game. During the whole round, you will know what the bad guys will do afterwards. You can read upon it and then come up with the best possible plan. So cooperating is not just a suggestion, it's a requirement for this game.
My second favorite thing is going to be the secrets. Each game, you'll be able to unlock new things that we'll be using in other games. Oh, we didn't mention, this is not a campaign game, but there are some persisting effects that will go from game to game. For example, the characters that can become bad guys.
And that's just one of the things why characters are the best thing for me. Because not only you can unlock characters, but you can also unlock the bad guys, their corrupt side, making them much stronger. And as I mentioned, you can get new dice and new cards for them. And last thing, alright, I promised, last thing. Every single character in this game works differently. Dust Jester, for example, will gamble the whole game. Gunslinger will shoot these bullets that are only his.
What knocks it out of the park for me is like a boss. What I mean by that is not me hitting things, obviously, because that didn't work, but the actual bad guys, the bosses in the game. They're very different, they're very unique, and each of them needs special powers to kill, like a boss. Each boss is different from the other one by these books that change what cards are they using, what strengths they have, and what special abilities. So it's very different each time, even though you're using the same mini.
My favorite thing about this game is Lament. Whenever you kill a baddie or collect it from the board, you will get this shiny little thing, and this will help you get better. You can pay this lament to upgrade your character, see unlock right here, which will give you new super cool cards and powers. But the power comes with corruption. The more power you have, the more corrupt you will be and will start to do more and more bad things.
And talking about bad things, there are some about this game that we'll tell you about why this game might not be for you. What you might not like about this game is the boss versus character mismatch. For example, Death Jester is a crowd control character. He is taking care of all these little minions. Kill, 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 murder, murder, murder. But what if the big guy didn't bring any friends and he's just all alone there? Then Death Jester can't use half of his abilities. Sure, the more you play, the better you're gonna get, and you're gonna know, let's not pick that character versus this boss. But at first, it's a thing. Hello, this is Giannis. He's going to be ranking this, how bad it is from big deal to, it's just fine, it's not gonna be a game breaker.
I'll place it right here. It's not gonna be a deal breaker because you will get better at the game. Also, I think it depends on the card draw. You could get still with the Death Jester cards that still help you with the big bad boss. To set this game up, you need to start a week earlier. And I'm exaggerating just a little bit. There's tons of things to set up. For example, if you open up the boss's book right here, All of their missions are different, and that's really cool, but setting it up tile by tile, and then drawing cards for each of those tiles, then placing the miniatures and everything on the board takes a while. I actually like the length of the game, which might be around like 2 hours, hour and a half maybe if you have a quick round, but the setup makes it...
I think the biggest problem is gonna be, Grimcoven! But Grimcoven, setting it up. This is a co-op game, and when you're playing a co-op game, you wanna cooperate and discuss all your abilities. But if there's more than like 1 or 2 players, or 3 or more, then there's a ton of cards on the table that you kind of need to know to effectively defeat the bad guy.
And most importantly, you will know all the things the bad guys will do, which means you know everything and you can kinda-ish calculate everything, which means the more players you have, the more things you need to discuss, and it's gonna take a while.
You've played with 3 or more than I have.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's not horrible. It just takes a lot longer and so on. I prefer 2 players or solo. So I'll place it...
Yeah, above.
He said it, not me. And talking about all the texts and things you need to read and figure out, this game feels like work sometimes. And you might like it. I liked it. But not all players I played with enjoyed it. There is some luck to this game, like rolling the action dice and also the bad guys dice, but in general, it feels like there's almost none of that, and you can calculate most of it. This feels like Spirit Island, the boss battling game. But if you're tired and playing it after a hard day's work, then this might feel like more work.
And who likes work after work, right? Nobody does. So I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
I feel like it's a Sunday game, meaning you have a free day, you set it up for a while, and then get back to work. And my last criticism is... Elder Scrolls. A while back when we played the prototype, I really enjoyed this dice system where you roll a bunch of dice and then use these for actions. It's just fantastic. But now I have played Elder Scrolls. And there, rolling dice to use for actions is just better. You can combo more, they feel like superpowers, while here it feels like, I think I can manage this action. What do you think? Which dice system do you find better?
Obviously Elder Scrolls. And that was my first thing when I played this after the period when we tried prototype. I was like, somehow I remember those dice being more fun to use.
So where are you gonna place it? Right, so these are things that you should consider before buying this game. But then again, who are you who needs this game?
Well, who is this game?
3, 2, 1. Geek Boss Battlers.
Always wanted to meet the boss. Let me explain. You've heard about these boss battlers where you have this one giant monster and you have to fight it, but most of them are super expensive, or campaign games, or both. I think this one's pretty accessible.
For me, it's Geek Boss Battlers because I think this is the geekiest, mathiest boss battler I have ever played. Because you know all the things this guy's gonna do. You know all the things these little fellas are gonna do. You know almost anything except some rolls of the dice. And you can cooperate between the players and characters. So everything is calculable?
Solvable.
So for me it feels like, what if boss battlers were made for Eurogamers?
And now to the final rating.
3, 2, 1. Fantastic minus.
Oh, well, I think it's good. I've played a few boss battlers, and when we played the prototype of this, like you said about the Elder Scrolls, it was more unique. But now, after a while, I feel like it's not. And it's a good game. I will always play it, as long as you don't make me set it up, okay? But if you offer it, I will always play it. It's a good boss battler. You should try it.
For me, it's fantastic minus because I really love almost everything that's going for it. But the minuses keep like piling up. The more you play it, the more you feel like, I don't want to set it up. Anyways, there are tons of minuses, which I feel like are not straight up like minuses, but things that depends on who you are. If you like mathy, challenging games, then this is gonna be maybe a must-have for you. Also, I like this game a lot more than I played it with you.
What's the unifying factor there? Well, we can't figure it out. Let's move on to the best alternative to this game.
So my alternative is actually not a boss battler. As I said, it feels like an almost Euro game, and that's why my alternative is Spirit Island. This game also sometimes feels like work, and I love it because of it. Grimcoven is something like that. You have your problems, you need to solve them, and it's a great co-op game. So if you like Spirit Island and feeling like there should be more miniatures and it should look cooler, well, try Grimcoven, alright?
Remember I mentioned some of those boss battlers that cost $1 million? This is one of those. But I feel it captures the same feeling Grimcoven does. You're moving around, jumping around, tons of cards, unique characters, you need to cooperate really well, and there's this one huge baddie in the middle.
So that was our review of Grimcoven, boss battler that's really mathy.
If you want to see other reviews, check out our review of Spirit Island that we did a while back, but I think my thoughts stay the same about it.
Yeah, it's awesome.